So guys, I think this is going to be a quick video, but an important one to end 2022 on. And it certainly gives us an interesting insight into how Hollywood has been doing financially. Let's face it, it's been a generally poor year for Hollywood movies at the box office, or indeed TV shows on their streaming services. Big media giants like Disney, for example, I think have driven a lot of people away. Just looking at how poor Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was, with the exception of Spider-Man No Way Home, I think generally people didn't like Phase 4 because it was dull and woke and lacking direction. Elsewhere in Hollywood, there were some bright spots, like, for example, Top Gun Maverick. I think that was really the high point of the year. And you have Avatar: The Way of Water now, which is in cinemas, which will make a lot of money, no doubt. But I'm struggling to think of any other serious positives for Hollywood in 2022. So let's go ahead now and take a look at this article from Breitbart dated December 25th, 2022. Hollywood lost more than $500 billion in market value in 2022. Major studios, streamers, cable providers, and other media giants lost a combined $542 billion in market value in 2022, with left-wing studios, the Walt Disney Company, Netflix, and Comcast accounting for the bulk of the bloodshed. The Dow Jones Media Titans Index, which tracks the performance of 30 of the world's biggest media companies, shed 40% this year, with its total market value declining from $1.35 trillion to $808 billion, according to a Financial Times report. I don't necessarily think that all of these losses are a result of getting woke necessarily, and ultimately all of these studios are utterly minted, of course, so they can probably afford, as I've said many times before, to make losses with woke content. But I think there's no denying, get woke, lose quite a bit of money, and perhaps enough money for studios in 2023 and beyond to begin to course correct when it comes to the woke thing, and maybe taking the likes of Top Gun Maverick as a sign of what audiences truly respond to and truly want. So skipping ahead in the article, it says, Hollywood's horrible year was the result of a 1-2 punch of a downturn in the streaming market, coupled with consumers continuing to cut the cord by the millions. In addition, the advertising market has cratered as households cut spending as the costs of essentials like food and energy continue to skyrocket due to President Joe Biden's disastrous economic policies. Woke companies paid the highest price in 2022. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's only going to get worse, actually, in 2023, unfortunately, as the economic conditions worsen and more people are forced to tighten their belts and cut out unnecessaries, like, for example, spending money on crappy woke Hollywood movies and TV shows. All that kind of stuff tends to go out the window when people have to prioritize their essential needs in life. Disney, once an invincible brand and iconic American company, saw its stock plummet more than 40% this year as the company faces weak profitability for the foreseeable future, prompting the firing of CEO Bob Chapek and the return of old CEO Bob Iger. Disney, whose stock is on course for its worst year since 1974, spent 2022 embracing radical LGBTQ activism and waging a calamitous political war with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over the state's anti-grooming parental rights in education law. Netflix experienced an unprecedented 2 consecutive quarters of subscriber losses this year, which resulted in layoffs and cost-cutting across the board. For the year, the stock is down more than 50%. I have to say, over the last few years, Netflix has become truly trash. So much of their content is woke or just garbage, in my view, and I finally terminated my Netflix subscription this year, actually. I don't know why it took me so long to do that. I was barely using it, and it had really just become a totally unnecessary utility bill offering no real value. The last time I actually used it, I sifted through their library of films and TV shows, and I couldn't find anything I'd be interested in watching. Netflix is just muck now, and actually I'd rather build a strong DVD collection of classic films. And as I've said before, at least with physical media, having your own physical media library, you actually own the content. On streaming services, you never know when your favorite TV show or a classic film might disappear from the library because the streaming company no longer has the rights to it. So anyway, the article continues. Other big losers include Paramount Global, whose stock has dropped more than 40%, and Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company of CNN, whose stock has tumbled more than 60%. Comcast, the parent company of NBC, MSNBC, as well as Universal, is down more than 30% for the year. So that's going to do it for 2022, guys. Thank you very much for watching my content this year and for all of your support. I'm wishing you and yours the very best for 2023. Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.